tuned in to the Pull Out and Talk podcast with Woo, Julio, and Fresh. It's the rawest late night ride on the internet. We raw dog conversations, so you don't have to. Welcome, everybody, to episode 8 of the Pull Out and Talk podcast. I'm your host, Woo, along with my brother Julio, my brother Fresh, and we have a special guest today, Miss Pretty Venom, who also happens to be my wifey. Hello, honey. Today, yes, we're all a big family here. Today, we're covering dating apps and whether or not they're a blessing or a curse. And in Spicy Hour, we're going to be talking about turnoffs in the bedroom. But before we get to all that fun, let's get started on the first topic tonight. So I'll throw it out to you guys and gals. Answer however you see fit. Do you think dating apps are a blessing or a curse?
I think it's in the eye of the beholder. Some people have found love on dating apps, and some people have found nothing but headaches.
Mm-hmm. This is true. Julio?
Yeah, I have to agree with that. For me, it's like, because I tried them, and I've not had luck with those. You do find some crazies on there. So yeah, like, I think it's hit or miss, I think, with dating apps. I think the biggest thing is that it depends on the person and the people that you're meeting, because some people, like I said, like, I had bad experiences on it, but some people, like Fresh said, have found wives and husbands on dating apps. So I think, like, I really think it's give or take, man. I think it just depends on who you are and who you're meeting.
Agreed. And what about you, honey? What are your thoughts on dating apps? Blessing or a curse?
He's gonna call me Venom.
Well, I could call you Venom if that's what you like.
I didn't come here to agree with everybody, but I'm gonna have to agree. It's very much hit or miss. I don't know. I didn't go on dating apps looking for anything, but here we are, Mr. Woo.
Yes. So for those watching or listening, me and Venom met on a dating app. It was unintentional. We weren't looking for anything. It just sort of happened. So I might be a little biased and say that I think dating apps can be a blessing, and we'll get into the reasons why in a second. I've had a good experience with it, but I know plenty of people that haven't, like you said, Julio, and Fresh too. It's kind of in the eye of the beholder. It all depends on what your experience is.
Wait, we're considering that a dating app? Because in that case, like, the person I'm currently with, I met there, so.
Yeah.
So in that sense, yeah, I got lucky online, yeah.
and it might not be a dating app the way we look at it, because we hung out on there as a little crew and just talked our shit, but there are people that go on there looking to meet somebody, right? There is a swipe left and a swipe right feature on that app. So
correct.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say, and honey, I want your thoughts on this, and obviously fellas, you too, but I think one of the best things about the way we met was because we met on an app like that, and it wasn't in person at like a club or a bar. We were really forced to build our relationship through conversation, because we didn't live right close to each other. And obviously it was through a screen, right? And we exchanged info and all that stuff. And it really forced us to have a lot of conversations, which, and fellas, I'm sure you could speak to this. When you meet a girl in person and you're at like a bar or you're at a club, 9 times out of 10 for the first hot minute, it's all being driven by lust, because you're looking at them and you're just like, oh, this person looks good. I want to maybe, in the bedroom or something with them, whatever your intentions are, right? So
what was that? We'll do that again.
He has to do the sound effects. It's not Spicy Hour yet.
Yeah. I don't want to get in trouble yet.
I don't know, Bryce. I don't know.
but Venom, like, in your opinion, given what I just said, do you think that meeting the way we did forced us to have more intimate conversations about life and stuff like that, rather than things being built off of, hey, we were buzzed and we kind of hit it off physically right away. We didn't have that. So what are your thoughts on the way we met because of that app?
I think that it took the pressure off. I think that when you meet in person, um, you obviously have that choice where you're like, okay, am I going to give this person a chance or not, or whatever, just like it is on the app. Um, but the way that we met, since it was the live version, um, I think it just took a lot of pressure off. It was a lot of fun. And so when it came to conversations, we all got really deep, you know?
Yeah.
We had very deep conversations on and off the app.
Hmm.
So yeah, no, I definitely agree. We had a lot of conversations that you wouldn't normally have in the first 2, 3 dates, you know?
Right. I agree. Fresh, Julio, you guys will have good takes on this, because one of you is in a similar situation as me and Venom, and one of you didn't meet their person on a dating app. You actually met in person, and we don't have to get
Mhm.
into all the details of that. But what do you guys say? Do you think there's a difference when you meet somebody through an app as opposed to meeting them in person?
I do. And of course, there's exceptions to every case. You get me?
Yeah.
Like you guys, obviously. But I feel a lot of dating apps promote shallowness because a lot of
So
people are just going based off looks. You get me? And you just swipe left or you swipe right based on how somebody looks, and you're not feeling the vibe, you're not feeling the energy, and you're not feeling
Hmm.
the intentions, misaligned intentions too. Maybe somebody just wants a one night stand and they're painting a picture that they want to be your
mm,
everything, but they're not. They just want to get that one and thank you. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I feel like it promotes a lot of shallowness too because it's not fair to the other person just getting based off their looks.
Now, considering your situation, do you feel that that helped you get into the relationship you're in, because you were able to like have that dynamic in person, that energy there where you could really feel the vibe rather than it just being solely based off of looks?
100% because I felt like because I think everybody eventually in this modern age, if they haven't been in a relationship for a long time, they try out dating apps, you get me?
Hmm.
But I felt like I was that bad guy. I felt like my intentions weren't there. I wasn't on the dating apps to really look for love. I was just looking for
mhm.
somebody to spend 5 minutes with or not be bored for a little while. You get me?
Yeah, or
And
13 minutes, depend, 12,
oh
13
yeah,
minutes.
yeah,
12, 12,
12,
13 if he's
12,
watching something.
12. If I'm distracted, it
Yeah,
becomes
13 if
13.
he's watching
Yeah, yeah.
something.
If I'm
13
watching something, it
distracted.
becomes
Yeah.
13. But yeah, I feel like it helped me because once I met my person, like the spark, the natural chemistry I felt, I'm like, oh yeah, we got something here. You get me? It was different. You could just
Right.
feel it.
Yeah.
Right. Agreed. And Julio, what about you? Because you, like me and Venom, have met your person off of a dating app.
Well, first I want to say that realistically, every relationship starts with a little bit of lust. Because no
Sure,
matter what, whether
sure.
you meet them in person or whether you meet them on an app, you saw them first. Obviously, you didn't go in
Hmm.
there with your eyes closed and go, "Hey, how you doing?" Unless you're doing like the Love Is Blind crap, and that
Hmm.
show, you saw
Right,
them
right,
first.
right.
So, so in that sense, I think every relationship starts with a little bit of lust, but once you get past that, see, the beautiful thing is like I was friends with my person first.
Hmm.
So we got to know a lot about each other as friends before we became a relationship. Like we already
Yeah.
knew each other in a sense, maybe not intimately, but we still we knew a lot about each other.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
in that sense, I do believe that for the most part, a long distance relationship will have a stronger mental bond, if that makes sense, than a physical bond.
Yeah.
I think that when you're
Yes.
close, you build more of a physical bond because it's the kisses, the hugs, especially when your love language is touch. Then you associate that touch with love. When you're having
Hmm.
to when you're having to build love without that, especially when that's your primary love language, that's difficult. So you're
Yes.
having to
Yes.
figure out other ways to show your love because when that's your primary love language, that's how you show it too, right? We give love how we receive love, like how we want it is how we give it. So
Hmm.
yeah, be doing the long distance thing. Let me tell you, it's not for everybody, but I do appreciate the deep connection that me and her have that is not physical. You
Yeah,
know,
I agree with
where
that.
yeah, so that part for me is very important, but obviously it depends on who you are too, because like Fred said, there's exceptions to everything. If you get into a relationship and like let's say Fresh, I'm sure you had deep conversations with TSA, but you see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So in that
yeah,
sense, you probably built that strong mental bond, but but for you, it's at least easier because you had the physical touch.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Does that
yeah.
make
No,
sense?
it does make sense because I've always told Venom that like one of the best things about our relationship is that we really were forced to take our time. We couldn't rush anything,
Hmm.
um, because I think a lot of times, especially for men, excuse me, and I'm gonna ask Venom this question in a second. Uh, I think like for men, you're right. Like at first, it's always about lust because you see each other and you're like, oh, this person looks good.
Yeah. You
Um,
didn't go into
a lo-
Venom's vibe because you didn't think she was hot.
exactly. No, exactly. 100%. 100%.
I like
a
that
hundred
one.
percent.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
But when it's an in person thing, especially for men because we're visual, I think the visual really like leads in the beginning, and then you start to get to
Yeah,
know the person,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But up until you start having deep conversations as men, we're just like I want to get with that. You know what I'm saying? Um, whereas on a dating app, like, yeah, that's there and that's present, but I
Yeah.
also feel like you're forced to have conversation because you don't have the physical touch, you don't have the kissing and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Um, Venom, and you are really the only one on here that can speak to this. I want to talk maybe a little bit about like the dark side of dating apps. What do those DMs look like? How bad are those DMs? Because I know for me as a dude, like my DMs are dry, but I know for you, you got dudes probably blowing up your inbox with all sorts of silly requests. And I think that could be a downside because I think that could lead women to kind of rolling their eyes and thinking like all the men on this app just want is ass. So
Yeah.
can you speak a little bit to what do those DMs look like? Is it a dumpster fire?
The DMs are crazy. Um, they've always been crazy, but there are also a lot of one-liners, and I think that's where the negative comes in. Like everybody's just so blah. Like no one
Mhm.
knows how to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So even if someone seems a little bit interesting, you get bored very fast because nobody knows how to talk. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and
um,
for the record, I mean, nobody seems interesting to you but me, but you're just saying, yeah, I get it.
right,
I get it. I
exactly,
get it.
Hey,
I
I,
get
I
it.
want
exactly.
to I want to say something to that effect, fellas. You don't just walk up to a girl at a bar and go hi, and then stand there awkwardly and think you're gonna get something.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
exactly how
so,
my DMs look. Hi.
Yeah.
fellas, listen, and I'm not telling you to go into the women's DMs, but if you do,
Hmm.
at least make it like something you would say when you walk up to somebody. Like,
Yeah.
hi, my name is, I saw you. I thought you were very attractive. I would like to chat with you. Let
Yeah.
me know if you're
Yeah.
interested.
Don't
Say
look
But
like a
then,
something,
weirdo.
if you can fit something funny in there, if you make her laugh, bro, let me tell you, you're in.
Yes.
well,
So
yeah,
guys,
that's
do
what I want
better.
to
That
ask.
that whole crap with like, hey,
Yeah.
W
No. Well, but how?
WYD.
So
Oh
then
my
let
God!
me.
And
Yeah,
then
the
after
W
they giggle, you can
WYD.
make it. You can make it
WYD.
jiggle.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Is that what you
Well,
do?
but
You
then
walk up
how
to
do
a
you?
girl at a bar, you
So
go,
Venom.
what are you doing?
So let me ask you this, Venom. How does someone stand out or a guy stand out in hundreds of DMs? Because I'm sure there are some people that don't come, like sideways or with some extra bullshit. How can a man
No.
stand out if there's hundreds of these DMs? What separates somebody other than I would think the looks, right? What would get you to check
No.
out somebody's profile? I guess is my point.
Back then, not now. Back then.
Yes.
Um,
I'll shut that app down. That'll be the last
Yo,
time you have that app on your phone.
I, I'll go start the car.
right. Um, I think like Julio said, I love to, I mean, everybody loves to laugh, right? But if you can make me laugh and like genuinely laugh,
Mhm.
then you got
Yeah.
my attention for like 2.5 seconds,
Yeah,
and you better make it good after
yeah,
that joke. You
yeah,
know what I
Right.
mean?
yeah, yeah. Okay, hey
Um,
So
guys, I
yeah.
said you're in. I didn't say you were done.
right.
Right.
You're in. There's still a lot of work to do.
So essentially, what Venom is saying is that I was incredibly funny and good looking, so it worked
Uh-huh.
all
Uh-huh.
the way around for me.
Let her
Um,
know, bro. Let her know.
well, let's play. Let's be hypothetical, fresh. Obviously, this doesn't apply now. Would you try to slide in a girl's DMs on a dating app? And if you would, how would you try to get their attention? Like, what's a good way you think on a dating app to get a girl's interest? Because she's gonna have to filter through so many messages.
I'm sending her my resume. That's it. A picture of my resume, my credit score. That's it. That's it. I'm one step ahead of everybody else. That's it.
Hey,
Oh,
hey.
shit. Oh,
Have you were I mean, I know you weren't
Alright.
on there before for that, but was there ever a period in your life, fresh, where you were on a dating app and you just tried, like, let me see what this is about?
I did, but
Watch your words.
I felt like there was no sparks. I'm a big connection person. I'm a big chemistry person. And
Mhm.
over electronics, I couldn't feel any chemistry. I could not do it. So I
Yeah.
ended up, and honestly, a lot of drunk nights, you just end up swiping. You just end up swiping and swiping and swiping, and then you got a match, and
That's
then
Swipe or
two
true.
no
days later,
swiping.
nah. So honestly, the
Okay.
dating app life wasn't for me. Wasn't for me. It
Yeah.
was very
It's
brief, but it wasn't for me.
So it's funny because I had a friend who told me, he was like, it's a numbers game. So he swipes right, whatever the yes is, he swipes
Yeah.
right on everybody. And he's like, because at some point it's a numbers game. Someone you swiped right on is gonna swipe right on you. While
That's crazy.
I understand that in theory, but to me that takes out what you were saying, fresh. Like,
Do you
there's
want
no
someone woo or you want the one? You get me? You don't
right.
Yeah,
want someone.
yeah,
You
yeah,
want the
yeah.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you want that
yeah.
one. You want that one.
I don't want
Uh,
somebody to just be like, "Oh, I don't even remember swiping on you, but since we matched up, let's have a conversation." I'd rather
yeah.
have somebody that's more like,
Sucks.
you know,
Or
Yeah.
you know what tends to happen a lot too? People can't hold conversation in real life, like in person.
Yeah,
So
that's
when
true.
you're texting back and forth, yeah, there's banter, yeah, there's flirtation, there's everything. But then when you get in front of the person, they're a complete different, they're scarecrow. They're a
yeah.
scarecrow and they're right in front of
I
you.
like
You
that.
get me?
I like that
Yeah, it's
scarecrow.
true.
No,
Yeah.
you're right. You're
Mhm.
absolutely
That's
right.
so true. Yeah.
What do you guys think? Where do you think people go wrong on dating apps? Like, let's say you're in, right? The girl responds to the DM, or the guy in some cases. Some women will shoot their shot. Where do you think people go wrong on dating apps? Because I have a theory on this, but I want to hear everyone else's thoughts
I think I
first.
have an idea as well. I feel like people think that as soon as they match with somebody, that means they already automatically in. That's it. That
Correct.
person wants to fuck. That person wants to,
Yeah,
have a good time.
Correct.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
they don't follow up. Yeah, you have the initial step. Yeah, you're almost in, but then that's it. You lost the battle because you don't know how to keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
Good point. Good point. Julio, Venom.
I'm
What about
I'm
you
gonna
guys?
I'm gonna start at the beginning and say drunk swiping. Drunk swiping is bad, guys. Do not drunk swipe. Because
Right.
just at a bar, you're at the bar, you've had one too many, it makes that girl in the corner that looked like freaking Shrek in the beginning and make her look good by the end of the night. Don't do that. Don't do it.
Yeah, yeah,
But,
yeah.
but honestly, I think it's the biggest thing that people make a mistake on is like you're not ready for the conversation. You don't have anything. Like what questions you're gonna ask or how you're gonna keep the conversation running. Because fellas, listen, in the dating world, the women rule. And if
Yes.
you
Mm-hmm.
want, if you're trying to get a girl, then you have to maintain her attention and keep her interested. The moment that
Mhm.
you go dry with that conversation and start the WID.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hi, how are you? And then nothing else.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, bro, as soon
Absolutely.
as it gets dry like that, she's gone. You lost her
Right.
to somebody who has more
She has
lipstick.
too many
Like,
options. There's too
my
many
labia, how
options.
we say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Venom, what about you? Where do you think people go wrong on dating apps? once they're in, once
Um,
they actually have somebody that's willing to entertain a message or whatever?
where do they go wrong? I think it's exactly what Julio said. It's just everything is just so dry.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody knows how to talk, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I don't know what their thought process is. Maybe it's just nobody has found the one, you know, maybe that's why. And
Has it ever
everybody's just like,
happened
how
to
you doing? What
you?
are you doing?
Has
All
that
day
ever
long.
happened to you when you were single? And even though I know you weren't really out there, but let's say like someone you just entertained the conversation and it just went dry halfway through.
Yeah, plenty of times. I mean, I've gone on dates and we would be sitting across from each other at the diner and we were just sitting there in silence. And I was just like, so this is not going to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't, you
Yeah.
know, and I just,
Yeah.
I can hold a conversation, obviously, you know, who's a talker and I love it. Um, and so to
That's why I
be with
host a
someone,
podcast.
Yeah.
to be with someone like Woo, you have to have actual conversations, and that's one of the things that I loved about him. Um,
Mhm.
but a lot of people just don't know. Everything is literally what you're doing, how you're doing, what are you doing.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know
And
what
then
else? You know what else?
and then it
Wu?
goes into the what are you wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like people go not only dryness to the complete opposite. I feel people go too sexual too quick.
Oh, yes.
Like
Agreed.
Yes.
That's a good
Immediately.
one.
Yes.
they
Agreed.
go immediately.
100%.
They just start talking about sex and about like Julio just said, what are you wearing or what do you like or
Yeah.
what's your
Yeah.
favorite position or you
Mm-hmm.
feel me?
Yeah.
They go. Men are famous for this. They go and send the D pic. You feel me?
Yeah.
If that's
Yeah.
gonna do
I was
something
gonna
for a
say the D
female.
pick too, yo. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pressing it
No,
on the
it's
nose.
true.
Yes.
And I think my reason I would say is I think on dating apps and the internet in general, people can be
Yeah.
whoever they want to be, and they
Yeah.
can't keep up the persona that they show initially, right? Because it's
Mhm.
easy, you know, it's like premeditated when you're online. You have time to
Yeah.
think before you respond, even though a lot of men don't think. And
Mhm.
there are some women in this day and age that don't think, but a lot of people can't keep up the image that they initially present.
That's true.
And I think what ends up happening is you fall for the person that they want you to think that they are, and
Yes.
then when you meet offline you realize that, hey, this isn't them. And we're all guilty of it, right? Because everybody in the beginning puts their most ideal version of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they present that. You get the representative in the beginning because you want this person to be interested in you. You want this person to feel like, hey, like there's something here. And then as time starts going on, the cracks show, because that's not really who they are. And you know, you
Yeah.
give someone enough rope to hang themselves, eventually they always end up doing it.
Mhm.
One of the things that I'm most proud of is I'm exactly who I was the day that me and Venom had our first conversation.
Hmm.
You know, obviously there'll be some changes just because, you know, we're in a relationship and we've been together and there's a comfort level there. But for
Mhm.
the most part, like I'm exactly who she met on that first conversation. And a lot of
Hmm.
people are incapable of doing that. And then, like you said, Fresh, like guys go from 0 to 100. You know, if a girl responds to the DM, they start thinking with the wrong head. And
Mhm.
we've talked about this on plenty of episodes. Women are not visual like men.
Hmm.
If you were talking to a girl and she sends you a picture of her hoo ha or her titties, everyone's gonna be like, oh wow, okay. You know, now if you're smart, if she's leading off with that, you know, like, guys, she's just for fun. You can't
That's
take
the
that
ones
too
that for everybody.
serious.
Mhm.
Right. But for the most part, like she's gonna grab guys' attention. You do that
Mhm.
with a girl, most of them are gonna get turned off and grossed out.
Yeah.
They
And
don't want to
report you.
see that or report you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Fresh is
Not
like,
that I know
yeah.
anything of that. Not that I know anything about that.
Fresh loves to report everything
He
and
does.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
I'm
Yes.
snitching.
fellas, do
I'm
not
snitching.
fellas do not send unsolicited dick pics. Do not send
Yes.
them.
Don't. No,
Women are
don't.
not visual, bro. It's not like us. Like men,
If a
yeah,
woman wants
a
to
woman
wants to
turn us on,
see
she
your
sends us-
shit,
yeah. If a woman
she'll
wants to
tell
turn
you.
us on, she'll send us a fucking naughty pic. But for you,
Yeah.
bro, get in her head. Turn around here, bro. You turn around down there. That's all you gotta do.
Yes. I've always said if you could fuck her brain, you get the rest later. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And I don't mean fuck her over. I just mean if
No.
you could stimulate her mentally, the
Mm-hmm.
body follows. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mhm.
Venom as a female that I'm sure has received unsolicited stuff, and we're not going to get too crazy because it's not spicy hour.
Yeah,
Um,
no, no.
just how much of a turnoff is that when a guy starts leading sexual right off the bat?
So usually, guys, before the dick pic comes, they ask you, "What are you wearing?" Literally right the next day.
What are you wearing? Pink.
Literally the next day.
Yeah,
So they get blocked before that comes usually.
yeah.
Good. Smart,
But the
smart.
second it's in my DM or in my messages back then, immediate block.
Yeah.
Immediate.
Has there ever been an instance where it's caught your attention and
Never.
you said like I would want to continue this convo?
Not once.
That should be for
Yeah.
spicy hour, right there.
It should, but because there are in this day and age, like we all know females that would actually respond to that. They might be few and
Yes.
far between, but some of them,
Mm-mm.
respond to such things, and then they wonder why they can't find anybody. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
you keep picking these guys that are leading off with shit like that. Like, let's start there, because
Yeah.
a dude that only can offer that. I mean, a woman could get dick anywhere, just like a dude could get ass anywhere. People put such a premium on these things, and
Yes.
yes, they're important. I've
Mhm.
always said, like, if you're in a relationship, again, we're not in spicy hour, but the lack of sex can destroy it. But if
Yes.
it's the
Yeah.
best sex you ever had, it's not going to save your relationship.
Mhm.
There are some people that go on dating apps. They get caught up in these little things. They lead with all this lust and all this other stuff, and then
Yeah.
it flames out, and they're like, "Oh, well, I can't find anybody." And it's
Yeah.
like,
That's
well,
what I
be
was
more
gonna say.
selective.
App burnout. People, that's a big thing.
Yes.
People get burnt out on these apps, and then
Mhm.
Yeah.
they lose their hope for love. You get me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I've said it before. Just because one person has fucked you over in life, that doesn't mean the next person's gonna do the same.
Yeah.
So,
right,
and I feel
right.
like with these apps, so many people are wrongdoing that is just killing the hopes of the people actually looking for love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. It is. It is. Because I've seen a lot of girls like complain about that. I don't really see a lot of dudes, but I'm sure they're out there. A lot of girls have said, like, I'm done. Like, I'm telling you, there's nothing but bozos on here.
Yeah.
But there's bozos everywhere because these are the
Yeah.
same people you would meet out at a club or a bar or
Mhm.
whatever. I mean, I don't think anybody meets at like the library, maybe at work, but um so I
Well,
agree. I agree.
I've had bad experiences, and I've been there, but with like the dating world, like online, where I was like, I'm done with love. Like I've always, obviously, I've always known, like, you have those moments like when you're mad drunk and you're like, I'll never drink again, and then next week you're taking a shot. And it's the
Yeah.
same way with
Yeah.
love. When you get your heart broken, screw that. I'm never trusting anybody again. I'm never giving out my heart again. But we all know that that's not true. You just until you heal.
Yeah. You got to heal. Yeah, you
Yeah.
do. You do. And I just think the dating app thing, like, it could be positive. It's been positive in my experience. And that might not be for everybody's experience, but I know, like I said earlier, it forced me and her to really conversate and get to know one another. And I'm intelligent enough and have enough experience to know that I wasn't going to lead off with any of the sexual stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One, just because of how she presented herself, I picked up very quickly. Like, this is someone you want to take serious. This isn't somebody you just want to, kind of have a fun time with.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to have a fun time with, but I had to wait to have a fun time with.
Yeah.
So I picked up on that right away. And our conversations have always been the strength of our relationship. Do you agree, honey?
Yeah.
Right.
And going back to a little bit what we said before, I feel like our friendship was completely different than your average. We really built that like brick by brick, our
Yeah.
friendship. That came first. Um, and that was really different for me because I feel like in person, if you're interested in this person and you're like, all right, I'm gonna give them a little bit, and it kind of casually just goes into a relationship. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's no like
Mhm.
actual foundation.
Yeah.
And that's been my experience in the past with my previous relationships. And so this one was completely different. It forces you to become, well, hopefully, uh, become a friend first, truly, you know?
Right. Right. Yeah, listen, I think everybody so far has made some really good positive points. And we're gonna continue this after we take a quick break, because I do want to ask you, Venom, and as well as you fellas, because Venom, your last relationship started off of a dating app, so and it obviously didn't turn out
Don't put
well.
my business out there, sir.
Um, but when
Yeah.
we're gonna get a little in depth on that, because I think you could provide some, like you just said, like some things, some insight into maybe where things went wrong, and you don't have to get into the specifics, but just the
Oh,
fact that you
let's get
met on
into
a.
it.
Oh, okay. So now we are putting business out there. It's very
Hey
confusing.
guys,
This
save
is
it for spicy
I
hour.
love-
Hey, hey.
I love it here. It's gonna get crazy.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with everybody, and we'll pick up where we left off with this conversation.
You're now tuned in to the Pull Out and Talk podcast with Woo, Julio, and Fresh. It's the rawest late night ride on the internet. We raw dog conversations, so you don't have to.
Welcome back to episode 8 of the Pull Out and Talk podcast. It's your boy Woo. Today we're discussing dating apps. Are they a blessing or a curse? And while we were taking a break, we were talking amongst ourselves. And Fresh, you brought up a very good point that I'm surprised nobody touched on. So go ahead and I'm not going to take that one from you, but please elaborate on what you
So,
shared with the
I'm
with the
a, I'm a,
class.
I'm a fisherman. You feel me? I'm a fisherman. But the only fishing and the only hot sauce I'm gonna put is on the fish I eat. I don't want to be catfish.
Hey,
And I feel like there's a lot of catfishing out here on these dating apps going on. And that's
Yes.
not okay. So guess what? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm hiring a good lawyer and I'm suing all y'all for false advertisement. All y'all getting sued because catfishing is not cool. You out here giving false hope to people. And
Agreed.
then that's basically you just lying. You lying about your looks. And I'm not
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
catfishing doesn't only have to be about looks. You could catfish your personality. You feel me?
Yes.
You could catfish a lot of things. Your interests,
you
you could catfish.
Yeah.
Well,
So
one thing that I think people to speak on that, not just with looks, and y'all know this, we won't name no names, but there was somebody who faked actually getting shot to garner sympathy from people.
Fresh, you remember
And
that?
that's
yeah. And it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I don't get shot. I does the shooting.
But I mean, that's wild. But
Wait,
it's
I do
wild
remember-
because
I do remember
somebody
that.
faked that. How crazy is
Yeah.
that? Like, you're gonna
That's
try to go
wild.
to those lengths to garner sympathy, like, and
Yeah.
how do you
Yeah.
not think, like, when you don't have a bullet wound to present, like, how do you cover that up? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Or how about some men that catfish with their money, like if they got big bags and then they can't even afford a healthy dinner.
yes,
Yeah.
Feel me?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
You can't even
Mhm.
order the appetizer. Y'all gotta go straight for the 2 for 20 meal.
Hey, listen, don't come for the 2 for 20. That 2 for 20 is a good deal, Fresh. It's
Oh,
a
my
good
bad.
deal.
My bad.
Yeah,
Nah,
see-
but
see,
I think
I like to have
catfishing
me
is
big
an
steak.
issue.
Chili's
Yeah, listen.
sponsor Woo Chili's.
Yes, Chili's sponsor me because I love your 2 for 20. But no, all jokes aside, the physical catfishing is a real thing, and I'm probably gonna get a little heat because there's a woman on here. Not that my woman catfishes, but there's a lot of women that do a lot of touching up and editing to their photos. And one of the reasons why I went into Venom stream was, or when I got into Venom stream, I was like, wow, she actually looks like her profile picture. Because how many times have you gone into somebody's thing and you're like, oh, no, you don't look like how you looked when you wasn't moving? You know what I mean? And it's because people are putting filters on top of filters on top of filters. And I think we're all guilty of that on some level, because a nice looking pic is a nice looking pic, but you got to meet this person eventually. They're going to
Or
see.
dudes with the height too. How about dudes with the height? They be
Yeah.
putting
Are you
6
are
foot on
you
their profile,
Yeah.
and then they really
Mhm.
5'8".
are you saying that because you're the tallest one
Yeah.
here and you're
Yeah.
6'3"
No, you know,
Yeah,
you
we
know
got
why
you
I
hard
am.
fresh.
You know why I am saying
Shots
that though,
fired.
because when I have met people outside of apps, the
Pew, pew,
first thing
pew.
they always say is, "Damn, Fresh, you really tall." You feel me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it
yeah.
that it happens.
It
It
is a
happens a
thing.
lot.
It
Hey,
is a
hey,
thing.
how
It is a thing.
about these women with their AI pics now?
Oh
Now they're
my
using AI
God.
to create pictures. And yeah,
Yeah.
they're right. So it doesn't. Then you go to the line, you're like, "That's not you."
Yeah.
I'm not trying to
Yeah.
build a connection with Siri. I'm not trying to build a connection with Siri.
Right,
Right.
right. No, it's a thing. It's a thing, but that goes back to my point that it all can be premeditated. People
Yes.
Yeah.
can really calculate the image and all of that on what they want to present.
Yeah.
And it's problematic because that's not you, but eventually they can't keep that up. So you fall for somebody that actually doesn't really exist. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I know I got lucky because that wasn't my experience. But
Mhm.
there's a lot of people that didn't get so lucky. And I think before we move on, I think we've all had experiences where you might have chatted with somebody and then you realize very quickly like you're not what you're trying to present, and
Mhm.
that's very disheartening. You know what I mean? I could see why people like kind of lose interest and like that excitement for like going on a dating app. um but with that being said, and this is a good time, Julio, I know you've had an experience, and again, we won't reveal too much, but you did meet somebody off of a dating app, and the person they actually were when you were in the relationship with them was vastly different than the person that they presented themselves to be. um
Yeah.
could you speak a little bit to that and just kind of maybe what you learned from that experience?
Yeah. Absolutely. Consistency means a lot, and when you show me that you're one person, like to an extent, we all wear masks. I try not to wear it so much only because I don't want to get too deep into the relationship, fall in love with you, and then you're not okay with my, with my issues. Because everybody's got issues. So
Mm-hmm.
I try not to hide it anymore. And that's one of the things I learned from that relationship, because that person put up such a great front in front of the camera, over the phone, and then in person, it was nothing like that. Very
Right.
insecure, very controlling. Um, and so it was a complete turnaround. Like they seem so confident when they're on the other side, but then when you meet them in person, they're not that at all. And then, it's like a total 180, you know what I mean? They turn around and it's not the person you thought it was at all. Like
how long how
they
long
try to act like they're loving and sweet and all that. And then when you meet them in person, they're not that at all.
how long would you say it took before you started to see that, when you started to say to yourself, maybe not express it to them, but like to yourself, being like, you're different?
Hon- Uh, honestly, not long after like that relationship. Like we rushed in like it was crazy. Um,
Hmm.
but I would say within maybe like a month or two after we were living together, yeah, like you could see the insecurity big time. Um,
Right.
and that's when the isolation started and all that.
Mm.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah,
Hey, listen,
couldn't have
it's
female friends,
tough.
so she, cut me off from that because in her
Yeah.
mind, which that went to the last episode, the person pointing the finger.
Yeah.
Because they were doing
Yeah.
shit. They were
The person
being,
committing the
yeah,
crime.
yeah.
Yeah.
The person
Yeah.
committed crime is
Absolutely.
most of the time the one pointing the finger. So yeah, that happened a lot
Hmm.
during that relationship. So yeah, that one. Let me tell you, fellas, make sure y'all get to know her, especially before you move in, because
Oh
holy
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
there's a and I guess this goes back to a little bit of the negative
Yeah,
of the dating app. There's a different kind of high when you're meeting someone on a dating app, whether
yeah,
you're there for to date or not. But
yeah.
there's a
Hmm.
different kind of high for some reason. I don't know if it's because the attention is on 1,000. I can't explain it, but there is a high, and you're blinded
Yeah.
heavily when you're dating from a dating
Mhm.
app. Um,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
that's very
It's a
dangerous.
fantasy.
So there has to be a lot of vetting.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. A
It's
lot of
very much
vetting.
they
Yes.
very much create a fantasy for you. Um,
Yes.
Mhm.
yeah. And when you start to live in that fantasy, and then it comes to reality, and reality is not the same as the fantasy, you are basically it's like a catfish, but with
Yes.
character. It's like a catfish
Yes.
of character,
Right.
is what it is. Like you didn't
Like
show me
like
who you
Fresh
really
said.
were, what your true intentions were, and yeah, like
Yeah.
that for me is for me
But
I
Venom
think that's worse than the looks, because the looks you immediately know as soon as you
Yes.
meet them, and you can you can go your way, but with
you could
the
assess.
character it
Yeah.
takes longer to
Yeah.
find out that they're faking that, and then you're
But I think that's
hooked up with
why
somebody
Venom's
who's
point about vetting is
yeah.
very important. You
Huge.
have to be skeptical for a
Mhm.
while.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
not because you're trying to be a dick or a bitch or anything like that, but just you want to protect yourself, right? And I don't think a
Mhm.
lot of people
Yeah.
like protect
Mm-hmm.
themselves. We all get, and we've all been guilty of this. I mean, like
Yeah.
like you said, hun, there's this high, right? You're talking to somebody, you're getting all this attention, the energy seems really good, there's a lot of laughs and all that. But at the end of the day, your heart is still at stake, right? You're taking a big risk. And I've been hurt before, not necessarily from a dating app. My previous relationships were not from a dating app, but after being hurt, my biggest interest was I'm not going to allow myself to be so vulnerable that I get hurt again. And I made it a point to be very skeptical. Didn't mean that I was, didn't give the same effort, didn't mean that I, wasn't into Venom, but I was skeptical
Mhm.
because I know the opposite side of things, which is getting hurt, and I don't
Yeah.
want to get hurt. So the
Yeah.
only way to kind of save myself from doing that would be to properly vet and
Yes.
take my time. So
Mhm.
that's a very, very good point.
Yeah.
Um, and that kind of could lead me to my next question because Venom, your previous relationship, you did meet this person off of a dating app. What are some of the lessons that you learned there that are a little bit different than your experiences now with me? Aside from the fact that I'm far better looking than Homeboy, but what might be some things you can speak to that you could look back now and say, yeah, like there's a lesson in there that I should have paid more attention to.
I have a whole list
Oh,
because the stress. The stress.
yes. Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
um, there were definitely a lot of red flags. So, ladies, don't just ignore the red flags, please. They're there for a reason. It'll protect you in the long run. I ignored all of them. And I think
Mhm.
it was because I was also at a point in my life where I was just turning 30 and I was just like, I want to have this family. And even though I had my kids, but I wanted more, whatever.
Mhm.
Um, he, there was a lot of labia. And if you know, you know. There was a lot of
Mhm.
talking, a lot of selling of the dreams. Uh, and I'm sorry to all my fellow Latinos, but he was Dominican.
Oh, well, we're
And
taking shots now.
yeah.
We're taking shots now.
Pew, pew.
Mira que lo tuyo, que la vaina, ¿por qué tú se le dices que es
Que lo que,
dominicano?
mamagüevo.
Nah,
No
nah, yo, I'm Puerto
bachata
Rican, yo,
dancing for you,
hueva.
Wu.
Para que lo sepa.
Said no bachata.
Listen, if you know, you know. And
Yeah.
Dominican men are known for that. And I thought it would be different. One, because he was very Americanized, was born and raised here, but and he was a little bit older, so I thought it would be different. And it wasn't. He was a true narcissist. Um,
Pew, pew.
and it was uh it was not fun. It
Yeah.
was very traumatic. And the way that Julio, to veer off a little bit, the way that Julio and I met, we met at the most broken part of ourselves. Like
Yeah,
Julio and I were broken.
yeah,
Or that's how we felt. Obviously we weren't broken, but we were
yeah.
just pretty much like
Mhm.
We're done. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't breathe on me.
I
You know?
wanted nothing with nobody. She wanted nothing with nobody. So I
And
became a
Fresh was
big
all
brother, and
about
I'm
love.
like, nope, you're gone. Nope, you're
Yeah,
gone.
no. Me and Julio were like, peace out, no love, back up.
Yeah,
And Fresh was
that's
like,
it.
kumbaya, I
Yeah,
believe in love. It's gonna come
uh-huh.
my way one day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Even though I was still emotionally shut off. I was emotionally
Yeah.
unavailable. But I knew there was always going to be that one day that I was going to find my person.
Yes.
I didn't lose hope
Yes.
in myself. You get me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I knew at the moment it wasn't for me,
Yes.
but I didn't lose my hope that I would eventually find somebody. And that's why
Mhm.
I
There
was
you go.
very kumbaya and I was very, because I had my ups and downs and roller coasters too. I
Yeah.
went through
Yes.
like a celibacy tour because I
Oh,
couldn't
I
find
remember that one.
connections. Yeah, I couldn't find
Yeah.
connections. I couldn't find
Yeah.
connections. I felt like everything was down to like sex and just like I couldn't find anything. So I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
shut myself off from everybody else until I was ready to get back out there.
Yes.
So then let
Yes.
me ask you, Venom, do you think had you not met your ex on a dating app, do you think you would have been able to spot certain things easier or quicker? Do you think the vetting process for you would have been different had it been more of an in-person thing like you met out and about?
Yes. I think that I would have brushed him off a lot sooner. But I think because we had long conversations, he was also a good conversationalist. Sorry, not like you, honey, not like you.
Tell me
You're
more.
different.
Tell me more.
Hey,
I want to know more.
Save it for spicy hour.
It's not time yet.
Sorry. How about the tile on the
And
floor?
y'all
What is
let us
that?
know. Me and Julio we'll just end this and we'll just go. We'll go on a commercial break or something.
Fresh will report it.
Yeah.
Report.
Yes.
Report.
Yeah.
If this starts sounding like a private FaceTime, I'm leaving.
Well, no, and I asked that question because now that I'm reflecting on what we've been talking about, and I feel like we've been highlighting a lot of the negatives of dating apps, and I don't think
Yeah.
it's all negative. I don't.
No.
It's the way
No.
the world is. Technology is what it is, right? People, we're all relatively in the same age group. We're not going to reveal, our exact ages.
Yeah.
I'm 21, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like
25 over
That
here.
makes me 27.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, we doing shimmies.
I'm not saying my age because I don't want to catfish nobody.
There you go. There you
What
go. No, but I feel like, we come from an era where you did meet in person, whether that was at work, school, clubs,
In the
bars,
park.
whatever. Right. And now everything is very much centered online. A lot. I mean, people live their whole lives online. So it is the way of the world, and it's almost unavoidable, I feel like, dating apps. Let's put a little more focus for the last little bit that we got on this topic on really some of the positives of dating apps, because I do think there are some. And like I said, not to be repetitive, I think it gives you a really good opportunity to have some very good, stimulating conversation. You're not doing everything based off of just the physical, because you can't touch that person, right? Like you said, Julio, it's like, even if you don't live necessarily long distance, it takes a little bit, right? Unless you're meeting somebody like it's very rare that someone's like, let's link up. I just swiped right on your picture 5 minutes ago, but it gives you an opportunity to talk. And by talking, you can somewhat get a feel, and it's not foolproof. There's plenty of people that are actually really good at talking and can pull the wool over your
The
eyes.
labia. We go back to the labia.
game.
Yeah.
Labia is
See.
freaking game. For
Yeah.
everybody that don't know.
Thank you, because she just assumes. I mean, look, I speak
Yeah, so
fluent
labia
Spanish,
in
but
Spanish is like running game, running game.
In
Yeah.
the campo, they
Major.
don't
In
use
the campo-
they don't use labia in the campo.
no, mommy's from Juanica, but papi's from the campo. So, but yeah, I think it gives you a really good opportunity to talk, and that is super important to me. Anybody, even people that I've just messed around with. Generally speaking, I had some sort of a vibe with them. It might have not have been relationship level, but we talked. There was something there. Is there anything else you guys think you can highlight that you feel is a positive from a dating app?
100%. Like you said, not only the opportunities, the probabilities of you meeting somebody that you would never run into in your like everyday life. Like like just to us, we met online and now we're like the bestest of friends.
Yeah.
If we weren't on those apps, we would have never ran into each other on a day-to-day basis. You get me?
That's
And
true.
you
That's
would never
true.
build these connections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
true.
just you run into possibilities that you would never on
Mhm.
your everyday life. Just
It
run
expands
into.
your reach, is what you're
Yeah,
saying. Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Especially like you said, I mean, we're all from different parts of you know, the America, I guess, and you know, it was just right place, right time, right? Like things just lined up that we all managed to be on an app
Yeah.
and you know,
Mhm.
hanging out in these live streams and you know, it's
Yeah.
something that started as a friendship is now an actual family, you know, and a brotherhood and for some of y'all a sisterhood. So fair point,
Yeah.
Fresh. Julio, Venom, is there anything you guys think are positives from dating apps?
I'm gonna say you get to skip a. Have you ever had one of those awkward dates where like you figure out something that's a total deal breaker, and then it's like you have that awkward moment where you kind of have to end the date early and go your way and they go their way.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's good in the sense where you get to skip that. I think if you do it right, by the time you go on your first date, you know something about this person. So
Mhm,
I think
mhm.
that the benefit of a dating app is that if you do meet somebody, that you're able to get to know them more mentally before anything ever becomes physical. So in that sense, yeah, I think, and, you don't have that awkward moment. And I'm gonna say this one for the ladies. What if he's a total creep?
Yeah.
Like you might get that inclination, or you might get some signs of that while you're just talking online, and then you can just block the dude instead of it being in person, and now you're in an awkward or even possibly even dangerous situation.
Dangerous.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for stuff like that, I think it's a definite benefit. I think it's a good thing.
Okay. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. What about you, Venom? What comes to mind when you think of a positive?
For me at that time when I first got on, it was convenience. Honestly,
That's
I
a
don't
big
want to
one.
be at the bar. I don't want to be
Yeah.
at the club.
Right?
And you
I'm
won't be at the
awkward
bar and
and
you won't be
quiet
at
when
the
I'm at the
club.
supermarket. Don't meet
Yeah.
me by the oranges. I don't want to talk to you by the lettuce.
Not by the
Don't
lettuce.
reach for my can of beans. I got
Yo,
it. Like,
Let me
Hey,
tell
Wu
you
has been over
something.
there. This honeydew feels nice.
Yeah.
Here, feel this.
Let me tell you something, man. My girl gets anxious inside of supermarkets. That's the last
Yeah.
place I would want to approach her
do.
because she gets
Yeah.
me like feeling nervous. I don't like going food shopping with her. It's a very
No,
scary
I don't
thing.
like it.
No.
I
If
get
you don't have a
super
plan,
anxious, super overstimulated.
yeah,
If
if
I'm
you don't
looking
have
at
a
the grapes,
plan,
don't hover. Like back
Hey,
up.
get
Don't
Walmart
talk to
Plus
me.
and do the pickup, Venom. Don't go inside no more.
well, that's a fair point, babe. So let me ask you because, and it ties into what you said, Julio, of like a safety thing. Does it make you feel a little bit more in control that you have the option to just not respond to a DM, whereas in
Yes.
person you kind of can't do that. Like you can not respond, but you run the risk of a guy, cursing you out,
Yeah.
maybe being too aggressive. So,
Mhm.
can you speak to that, like the convenience, like you said, of not having to
Yeah,
leave your house?
so for me, I was gonna touch on that where one, I feel like it builds a little bit your personality and your self-esteem.
Yeah.
When you're on a dating app, I feel like um it's probably not the best. Uh, but also boundaries. You can set heavy boundaries. Um, like blocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Or
Wow.
not
reporting, or
responding.
reporting, or
Or
reporting.
reporting.
Freshman is reporting. Press reports
Yeah.
everything.
That's his favorite.
I'll send an email to HR real quick on you.
Hey, well,
But it's
and
definitely
Oh,
a
God.
confidence booster. It
Yeah.
it really is. And it shouldn't be for everybody because people be looking crazy out here.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's definitely a confidence booster.
Yeah.
That's an interesting point. Would all of you say that you feel a little bit more confident online? Because I do. I've never been the guy that approaches
100%.
women like on the street. I'm more of a backdoor kind of person in more ways than one, but it ain't spicy hour yet.
Here we go.
Here we go. Like for me,
It's
I
almost
feel
time. It's
awkward.
almost time.
It's almost time. We got a few more minutes, but I feel awkward trying to approach a woman. One, because I'm in my head saying, she's been approached probably like multiple times already today. I might be the
Yeah.
17th person and she's just over it. That's one. Two, I don't know if I'm really like so smooth. Like some people are really good at it. You know, some people can just seamlessly. Why are you smiling, honey? How many people are smooth with
I
that?
mean, we should tell him how nice was your message to me, your first message to me. That was
Oh, we doing this.
yeah.
Well, let's talk about it then. Let's talk about it then.
Did you
No,
have all
well,
the confidence in the world when you sent me that message?
well,
Because
all right.
he was
So
in my DMs.
I
let's
did.
get
Well,
He
right.
saw
time
what
out.
he wanted and he went for it.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
That's why you're my brother.
He shot
Thank you.
his shot.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
shot
Pew,
his
pew.
shot.
He sure
Listen,
did.
no, because here's the thing, right? So because we'd have to explain how this particular app worked, and it's too much to talk about. But after getting the
And they're
vibe
not
of
paying us for it, so we ain't gonna name it either.
right,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, we're not. It doesn't even exist in the form that we met anymore anyway.
Yeah.
You know. So after kind of getting her vibe and being like, hey, like this person seems different than other streams I've been into, it wasn't right off the rip. I did wait maybe about 3 days before I slid into the
Day and a
DMs.
half.
The
Uh-huh.
3 days, honey. 3 days. So I listen, I'm editing this when this is done. So I could
Yeah.
cut that real quick.
Yeah, the whole day and a half, he's gonna cut that right out. You're not
Right.
You're just gonna be there smiling.
but no, I went into the DMs and I asked her if she had Instagram.
Yeah.
And she
He went
lied.
straight to the IG.
She lied. I did.
She
I did. She
lied to
lied.
you?
She lied. She did. She told me she didn't. She told me she didn't. And of course, in reflection, smart move by her. She didn't know me like
Yeah,
that.
no,
And
I'm proud of her.
why give me access to something that is maybe a little bit more personal? But then, as time went on and, she was just like, wow, like this dude is like one of the flyest men I've ever seen and all the things. She broke down. She broke down and I eventually got that Instagram and we just built from there. But the whole point of this is I feel more confident online. Do you guys feel more confident online than you do in person?
Yeah, and it gives you a little bit of validation too. Like that person was actually feeling me. You get me? Enough to
A little bit
swipe
too
on me.
much validation.
It gives you some validation.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. It does.
It's a little addicting, especially in where we all met. It's a little addicting, that live version, because of the validation that you get on a daily, on freaking seconds. You know what I mean? Every
Yeah.
second there's someone complimenting you. So
Yeah.
definitely.
I'm gonna say now, yes. But back in the day, I was always very confident. I'm still a confident guy. I'm just not as confident as I was when I was younger. In my 30s, like I was, forget it. Like I thought I thought very highly of myself, and I would talk to any girl, and I wasn't scared of none of them.
Wait, you're
and
not
I-
30?
and it's not that I. It's just
You're not 30?
No, yeah. I'm only 37 now, but
Yeah.
no, but like when I was in that zone, like I would walk up to any girl and just say anything I wanted, and I didn't care, because I was at a point in my life where, it was like when you stop caring and you're not worried about what their reaction is going to be to it, and you're just so high on yourself in those moments of your life, you walk around with no fear. And that's how I used to walk
Right.
around. Like now, it's not so much. I'm getting a little older. I don't, in a sense, how they say, feel myself as much as I did. I still know I'm an attractive guy. I still know I'm a great man at that, and I have a lot going for me. But I wouldn't
Right.
say that I'm as confident now in person as I am online. Now I think I'm a lot more confident online.
Yeah, I know I'm more confident. Venom, what about you? And then maybe it's a little different because you're a female and you're not, when you were single, you're not really someone that's going to be shooting their shot like that. But would you say that there's more of a confidence booster there just because it's not face to face, you're not right in front of the person?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even when you stare at me, I'm like, don't stare at me. But on live, I'm like, hey guys.
That's true. That's
You
true.
know?
She does do
That is
that,
true.
folks. If
Definitely.
you haven't watched her live, she does do that.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I think overall, like that's a fair point. I think there's more confidence online because again, it's premeditated. You could put a little bit of thought.
Yeah.
Some people don't. Some people just, they're a whole hot mess. But
Yeah.
if you have any half of a brain, you kind of could take your time a little bit more before you start, just diving into certain conversations. And I think you could be selective. You know what I mean? It's kind of like what you said, Fresh. Like instead of picking from the 100 people that might be at the bar, you now get to pick from the 5,000 people that are on this
Mhm.
app.
Yeah.
And you could be selective. You could take your time and say, oh, because I know for me, I'm pretty selective because I know the first like 3 or 4 picks in someone's profile isn't probably the most accurate representation of what they look like. You know what I mean?
Catfish.
Yeah, straight up, straight up. Yeah.
We see you.
Yo,
We
yo,
see
Fred,
you.
Yes.
Yo, Fred said that so aggressively.
Yes.
Catfish.
He's suing him. He said he's getting a lawyer and he's
I
suing
got
the
a lawyer
catfish.
on him. False
Fred, do you have
advertising.
trauma? Do you have
False
trauma?
advertising. Every day. People are faking out here. To find a genuine connection with somebody,
Yeah.
everybody's
Yeah.
faking the funk these days,
Yeah.
yo.
we
It's
gotta
true.
put Fred on a couch and be like, start from the beginning. Tell me how you.
Yeah.
That's why I report them. That's why I report
it.
all of them.
Listen, if you're out there catfishing, Fresh is gonna find you and he's gonna
He gonna
report you
find
and
you.
then sue
Yeah,
you.
no. Hey, y'all gonna get me in trouble. I'm not in these apps no more. I'm not
That's true.
reporting nobody
That is
because I'm not
true.
gonna
Yes.
find y'all.
Yes.
I'm not gonna
Yes, that
find
is
y'all.
true.
That's right. That's
That
right.
is
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
But no, I think that we'll wrap this segment up before we get into spicy hour. I think there are positives and negatives from dating apps. It all depends on kind of just what your experience has been with them and how you approach it. It could be a very useful tool, but it could also be a detriment. There are people that literally are not who they say they are, like actually not who they say they are, completely different identity. And that makes it scary. But as someone who's had luck with it, with my beautiful wifey, like it could be something really dope. So my advice is I think what we should do is just kind of throw some out there to people on, like here's some advice if you're doing the dating app thing. And for me, mine is take your time, properly vet the person, be skeptical until they give you reasons to no longer be skeptical, and really get to know them. Try not to center and base everything around the physical. That's the easy part. We're all adults. That's the easy part. The hard part is trying to get to know somebody, getting somebody to feel comfortable enough to break down their walls and let you in. And if you can find that, I'm living proof. I think it's a beautiful thing. Anybody else, whoever wants to jump in, somebody give a piece of advice.
I feel like you should try to take it off the app as soon as possible. Yeah, the initiation is just off the app. Once that spark is there, have conversations on the phone. Like Julio said, become friends. Have genuine, deep conversations. Like, what are your beliefs? What are your long-term goals? Do you want kids? Like, build a foundation. And you're not gonna build a foundation based off a few text messages back and forth in an app. So I feel the
Agreed.
best advice I could give somebody is take it off the app, meet in person, FaceTime, have conversations on the phone, and that would eliminate a lot of the red flags just right there.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Julio, what is your piece
Um,
of advice to people that are on dating apps?
my piece of advice is be clear and be direct and keep it real. Listen, fellas, if all you're looking for is getting laid, be honest. Don't play with people's feelings. Understand that there's women out there who want just that. So if that's what you want, then put that out there. You're going to find that. Listen, the energy you put out there is what you're going to receive. So if that's what you want, then put that out there and you're going to get one. The first 2, 3 might say no. If you're ugly and got no game, the first 10 or 12 might say no. But then the 13th one will say yes. And ladies, keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open.
Yes.
If the guy leads off into sex way too quick, understand that's what he's looking for. He's not interested in you. He's no longer asking you what your favorite flower is or what your favorite chocolate is. as gift ideas. No, he's
Yeah.
telling you what he wants. So keep your eyes open. Listen.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right. Venom, what is your piece of advice for people who are on dating apps?
Be ready. When you get on a dating app, just make sure that you're ready. A lot of people are not ready and they're just breaking other people's heart and back to the labia, there's a lot of talk. Why? Just be ready, and be honest. I
Mhm.
think that I was ready to meet friends. I wasn't ready for woo, but I was ready to put myself out
But you
there
ready
and
now, girl. You ready
Hey, we
now.
getting there. We getting there. I ain't even gonna say nothing because we
Hey.
almost there.
He
but
wasn't
yeah,
ready, but Wu
be
wasn't
honest and be
waiting.
ready.
Yeah. No, that's a fair point though. I think that be ready. Yeah, definitely be
I like that
ready.
one.
And
I really like that.
if you're not ready, don't waste other people's time. You
Yeah.
know,
Correct.
don't do that. You know,
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah.
whether it's a guy or a girl, because it goes
Yes.
both ways. I know it's easy to
Both
point the
ways.
finger at men, but it does go both ways.
Both
So
ways. Absolutely.
those are all really good points that everybody brought up. We're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna come back and we're gonna get into spicy hour. For
Ooh.
some reason, my girl is dancing. Spicy hour this week is about bedroom turnoffs. So this will be real interesting because it's easy to talk about all the things that turn you on, but what are some of the things that make you get the ick or just kind of throw you for a loop?
It's just
So,
dirty people out here.
oh wow, okay, pew pew.
Guilty.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back with you guys.
You're now tuned in to the Pull Out and Talk podcast with Woo, Julio, and Fresh. It's the rawest late night ride on the internet. We raw dog conversations, so you don't have to.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 8 of the Pull Out and Talk podcast. We are now getting into spicy hour. As usual, we
Ooh.
got to give the disclaimer. Put your headphones in. If you're at work, you don't want to get called into HR. And if you got the kids around, you don't want them to hear this. We're not going to be held responsible for anything that comes out of our mouths during this session. So what we're talking about is turnoffs in the bedroom. Now, this can be subjective because everybody has their own things. What I might like, Fresh might not
Very
like,
subjective.
and vice versa. Right. But I feel like there's some universal things that everybody feels is a turnoff. So I'll set it off with hygiene. So if you come to bed and we're getting it on, I'm not saying you gotta, like, I personally enjoy the natural scent of a woman, right? But if you just got done dropping a Mahone, for those English, for
And we
those
ain't
who
talking
speak
about
English,
a Patrick Mahone.
right. If you just got done taking a shit, my hope is that you would maybe hit the cooler hole with a little water or something, because nobody wants to smell or taste dingleberries in the
freshen up
middle
a
of a
little.
session.
What is happening?
Yes, I know. That's what
Oh,
I
welcome
say.
to Spicy Hour.
Welcome
Yeah,
to
it's
spicy,
spicy
hour.
Yes. Nobody wants to smell that. So I'm gonna say hygiene. Wow, my mic just collapsed. I'm gonna say the mic is in spicy
Yeah,
hour.
even
It
the
got
mic was like
turned
bad
off.
hygiene.
The mic got turned off. Right. I'm gonna say hygiene. I think that it's okay to have that natural scent, but
Yeah.
especially for you ladies, do a quick dip test. You know what if you come into bed smelling like trout, be for real. Be for real. Like, nobody wants a can of tuna in their bed. I'm just saying,
Or
I'm being honest.
piggybacking on hygiene, Woo. Piggybacking on hygiene, because I got a little pushback on my clips that we posted on our social medias. Yeah, we out there on social media
Yes.
about
yes.
booties flirting. I
Right.
made a comment about booties flirting, and I like that shit. It ain't
Yeah.
nothing wrong with throwing a little fart in my face. You feel me?
No,
But if you just had Taco Bell If you just had Taco Bell and I smelled a beef burrito coming out your ass, that's a turnoff for me. You feel me?
No, listen.
Agreed.
A fart in the face after Taco Bell is very
Listen,
dangerous.
you can't pick and choose.
Yeah,
Either you
that's
want
a
it or you
turnoff.
don't want it. You can't pick and choose.
No,
Nah,
you can't
no
pick
Taco
and
Bell
choose.
farts in the face.
No.
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 You get what you get and you don't get upset.
Hey,
That's when you get rid of it.
okay,
Yeah.
honey. Honey's
That's
like,
when you get
listen,
rid of
you get
extra
whatever
sauce on the
brand
taco.
I'm dishing. Whatever brand I'm dishing out, that's what you getting for the night.
No
If it
beef
happens to
burritos before sex. No beef burritos.
No.
Okay, so
you
clear
end
your
up with some beans
bowels,
on
yo.
your
Clear
feet.
your bowels. Clear your bowels before you do your thing.
Yes,
You don't want no beef
please.
burritos. Yeah. Like, wow, you must have had the enchiladas, honey. Okay.
Not me.
What about no, not you, honey. Not you. No, don't get scared, honey. You get what you get. That's what you told me. Don't get scared. Don't get scared.
Venom is clearing her Uber Eats order from Taco Bell right now. She's like, nah, fuck this. I ain't ordering.
Julio, what about you? What's a turn off in the bedroom?
Turn off for me in the bedroom is when they like to starfish. Just
Say that again.
when they starfish, when they just lay there.
Oh, yes,
For me,
yes,
that's a huge turn
yes.
off. I like
Yes.
the movement. I want to hear you. I want you to move with me. Bang it back
Yes.
at me. If I'm hitting it from the back.
Right.
So for me, yeah, starfish. Like if I wanted to freaking
No geriatrics in the bedroom is what he's saying.
Yeah,
He
Just
doesn't-
yeah,
smack her in
no,
the face. Just smack in the face, Julio. You can't starfish if you get smacked. She just laying there, just smack her. Get a reaction out of
Wake
her.
your ass up.
I do not condone domestic violence when we talk about sex. and
if I
stuff.
smack him, though, that
hey.
might
During sex.
if I smack him, that might put him to sleep more, though.
Yeah, that might put him to sleep with those goddamn bear
And let's see
claws.
your hands,
Yeah.
Julio. Let's see your hands.
Yeah, exactly. Julio's fist. Nah, I'm good.
Oh my God, it covered the whole screen.
yeah.
That's what she said.
The cops are arresting the cops will arrest Julio, and he's like, but Fresh said to just give her a smack. She was being a fish.
Wake her up. You feel me? I thought you fell
I'm catching
asleep.
a felony all because of Fresh.
Nah, I get it. I definitely agree. I've had people that just kind of lay there, and it's a little like,
Yeah.
like, are you enjoying this? Do you have a pulse? So that's a good one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Honey,
Yeah.
you're the only female on the panel that can really provide this insight. So maybe you could speak to some of the females that are listening. What's a turn off for you in the bedroom?
Listen, there's been plenty of females that say that they like this, but me personally, if you uncut fellas out there smell like kneecaps,
Oh,
I'm gonna need y'all to get it together.
oh man.
A little washcloth, a little
Yeah.
sensitive dove on
You
it.
know how many fellas just pulled
Scrub
their
it, thumbs
foreskin
up.
back paws and took a whiff and was like, does this smell like kneecaps?
Talk about, what
Pause.
do kneecaps smell like, yo? Like, what do kneecaps smell like?
I don't know.
I
They smell like knees. I don't know.
Apparently uncircumcised penises.
Well, listen, obviously,
Oh, shit.
not the three of us men can't speak to that, but is that a thing, honey? Like, is that an actual thing?
Yes, it is a thing. Dudes either smell fishy or smell like kneecaps. I'm gonna need y'all to get it together. Get it
Fellas.
Man,
together.
clean yourself.
getting
Nasty.
Clean
game
yourself.
Better.
Do a good job, yo. Especially if you're gonna give it to your girl. Clean yourself up,
Yes.
bro. Know when they're smelling good. Women like for
Listen.
you to smell good.
Yes.
Even if you are cut, right? When you go to pee, take a fucking toilet tissue and dab the fucking dick hole a little bit. Don't just
Yeah.
let it dribble
Yeah.
and sit in there, because
Yeah.
then when she goes to go down on you, she gets like that first couple of minutes of just pee, and it's
Yeah.
like, come on, you know what I'm saying? It's the little things. It's the little
R.
things.
Kelly went to jail for that shit. I'm just saying, he got like 28 years. Y'all better come correct.
Ah, that's a good one. Okay,
Yeah,
that's a good
listen,
one.
Fellas, y'all don't want,
Go ahead, Julio.
like, y'all don't want to taste something that, doesn't taste fresh. You give her something fresh
Yeah.
too, yo. Like Wu said, yo, dab it. Clean yourself up.
Yeah.
If you're about to give it to your girl, yo, go wash off, bro. Go wash
Yeah.
off, clean yourself, get yourself smelling nice. Women like that, bro. She's gonna be more attracted to
Listen,
you.
the little shake is not enough. fellas.
No.
The
Yeah,
little
no,
shake
yeah,
is
the little
not
shake's
enough.
not enough, y'all. Hey, do better,
No,
bro.
it's
Listen, we're not cavemen no more, right? So we're constantly
not.
changing and going through evolution and growing and becoming better. Be better, fellas.
Yeah,
Be better, yo. And if
I
you smell
agree.
like
I
fish, dude,
agree.
what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. Well, it's like what I said. You know, if a woman has to do a little dip test, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Giant pause, but
Mhm.
like touch your balls a little bit, man. Like smell yourself. You know,
Yeah.
if, like,
Hmm.
and we're not talking. Listen, because I think some of these things change based
Yeah.
on your relationship status.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're in a relationship and you're married, like me
Yeah.
personally, I don't mind. This goddamn mic again. I don't mind an
The
8-hour
mic is
work
still
day
turned
on my
off right
person.
now.
Yeah, the mic is struggling. I don't
Rub it a little
mind.
bit. We'll rub it a little bit.
I need to slap it. I need to slap it. Apparently.
go.
Hey, hold on, real quick.
Um,
Hey, fellas, when you rub your balls to do the smell test, don't let her see you doing this. Okay?
yes, doing it in the bathroom. Yeah,
Be
yes,
discreet.
Yes.
Sitting there in front of your girl like,
yes. Yeah. Just looking stupid. No, absolutely. But I was gonna say, I think, like for me, you know, if I'm in a relationship, I don't mind my person not being fresh out the shower because I love them and there's different emotions and
yeah,
feelings
that's
involved.
different.
But
Yeah.
if I meet you at the club or I meet you at a bar, like do a dip test. See what's going on down there before, you know what I'm saying? Because that's like unfair and I don't want to be put in a position where I got to like kindly hint and tell you to go take a shower. That's just
Yeah.
awkward for everybody. So,
But you know what's
Exactly.
crazy, Woo?
what's up?
There's so many dogs out there that they still hitting. They gonna
Oh,
smell that
100%.
shit and they still gonna hit.
100%.
And
100%.
that's where they wrong. That's where they wrong for it.
That's where they're going to get pink eye. And
Wait,
it's not,
hold on. So,
not
Press, how do you handle that situation?
Well, I'll kick a shorty out the car quick. You smell that? Jump out. Get out. Ain't nothing happening here. I ain't got no hairs on my tongue. I'm very black and white, and that's been a blessing and a curse I've always had. I'm not
It was
scared
like,
to
yo,
let
you gotta
somebody
go.
know.
You
I'll
gotta
report
walk
her ass
home.
in person.
I
I'll report her
had to
ass
throw
in
that back
person.
to Press, yo. I knew he was gonna come out with some shit.
Hey, he did.
Nah,
He
I'll
did.
kick her ass out the car. We in the car and I
Listen.
smell something. I'm like, I didn't order no sushi. I'm allergic to seafood. Get the fuck
Yeah.
out.
Well,
Did you
I'm
just have
gonna
a
say-
two-row?
I'm gonna say this. Another turn off for me, as a guy, is I think lack of confidence in the bedroom can be a turn off. I don't know if you
Mhm.
fellas have dealt with this. I've dealt with women
Yeah.
where it's like, don't turn the light on, don't do this, don't do
Mhm.
that.
Too many don'ts.
Too many don'ts, and I get it,
That's
right?
a
Because
turn-off.
we've
Too
spoken
many
about a woman.
Yeah.
A woman is super vulnerable in that moment. I want to make that clear that is something it's a thing and it's to be respected. But if we've gotten to the point that we're taking our clothes off, trust me, trust my ability to lead in that moment. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm not there to judge. I'm not there to make anybody feel stupid or embarrassed. You know, unfortunately, there are a lot of men that do, and they ruin it for a
Mhm.
lot of dudes. So
That's
we got to speak to that. But
Mhm.
there's nothing sexier than a woman with confidence. A woman that says, you know what? Even if I feel a little uncomfortable, here's my body. Have your way with it. I've had women that were very much like, don't do this, don't do that. And it's like stop and go traffic. You never really can find that rhythm. And that
Mhm.
kills it for me. By that point, I'm already just like, let's just wrap this up. So I'm going to
Mhm.
say a turn off for me in the bedroom is a woman who lacks confidence.
I agree
What
with you.
about you
That's a
guys?
good one.
What's another one y'all got?
I got something. I got something, and I don't want people coming for me. I don't want people coming for me online. I know I'm an easy target because I talk my shit here on this podcast. But you know what? You know what? A lot of people enjoy that I don't enjoy dirty talk. Because I get stumped easy. I get stumped
Yeah.
easy. If you dirty talk me,
I
I don't know what
say.
to say back.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what to say back, and then I get
That's
in
a
my
good
head,
one,
and
yeah.
then it just becomes
Oh, yeah.
awkward.
You know
Like-
what's the worst? When somebody does and you don't hear them and you have to go, what? Say that again.
Oh,
It just
that
fucks
is,
the whole
that's
flow
the, oh
up.
yeah, that's the
Or
word.
what if
That's the
what
word,
if
yeah,
your
for real.
shorty says some out of pocket freaky shit, and in my head I'm like, you nasty bitch, you nasty.
Yo, like Kevin Hart said, when did this become a whorehouse?
It's
Like
true.
for real,
It's
some
true.
dirty talk. Like I think there's always a time and place for everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if you catch me off guard and you say some shit, like
Yeah.
that's it. I'm stumped. My ADD going, and then it's not gonna be 13 minutes no more. We just gonna have to cut it off. We gonna have to put a pause to the situation
Nah,
because
you're
I don't
right
know what
though.
to say.
You're right though. I'm not a fan of too much dirty talk. And Julio
Yeah.
normally would kind of go to you, but I'm gonna throw to Venom because you've spoken on this before. You
Yeah.
don't like when men, particularly Latin men, speak Spanish and do it in a dirty
grosses me the fuck out.
Ugh.
Like, what do you mean, toma mi leche?
Ah, fuck, I
Papi, coge lo
can't.
que es tuyo.
well, but okay, so help
can't do
help
it.
help people really understand what is it though is it what they're saying, is it the way that they're saying it, is it a combination of both? What is like so ick to you about it?
I just think it's gross. I think it sounds very disgusting. It just does not sound right. And I'm like Fresh. I don't really do the whole sex
Dirty
talk and no. Let's just do a little GIF war, little invisible ink.
Hey, listen, make sure y'all send it to the right fucking recipient, okay? Y'all make sure if y'all sending invisible ink, you double, triple check who you sending it to.
Right?
Right, don't get caught out there, ladies. Don't get caught out there.
Yes, don't get caught. No, I get it. So then let me.
I think it sounds much more vulgar, and it grosses me out.
What was the
You
saying
can say
you
it in
just
English,
said?
and I'll be like, all right, motherfucker.
Well, that's
You
what
don't
I was
wanna
going to ask you. Like, if they
you
say
you
it
don't
in
wanna
English,
know.
if you say if they say it in
Basically what he's
English,
saying
it's not
is,
as
drink my milk, but it just sounds so vulgar. For me,
Yeah,
listen, like I don't like a lot of dirty talk, but if I am, I at least want it to sound good. You know, like I don't want it to sound
Okay.
all
Yeah.
nasty. Like you don't want to go too vulgar with it, bro. Like you know, like
Yeah.
like make her feel somewhat classy.
yeah,
So,
yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, Julio, what about you? What's another turn off for you in the bedroom?
When they go down, but they don't really enjoy it. You know what I mean? You can tell when someone's truly enjoying when they go down. Let me tell you, when I go down, you know, like, yeah, I'm like, I'm enjoying every bit of that. Like, we like, you know, we some nasty dudes. We like that, yo. I want that juice all over
we like
here.
it.
So, yeah, I want to go 2 hours later and smell you.
I want to save it for later.
Walking around like this.
Yeah, take it to go plate. Take it to go plate.
Take it.
Let me
Right?
see,
Yeah, take it to
let
go
me see, guys.
plate.
All three of you are
Yeah.
in sync. Let me see.
It's true though. He's right. He's absolutely right though. You can tell.
Listen,
you can tell.
Us men can tell when you're going down on us and you're truly not enjoying yourself because you're not loving on him the way we want you to. Enjoy it, yo.
Yeah.
Let go. Like some women feel awkward doing it, I guess. Some really truly don't enjoy it. Listen, if you don't, women, for the women who don't enjoy doing it, I'm gonna just say it. I'm probably gonna gain some
Grow
enemies
up.
like Fresh. You don't
Grow
deserve
up.
your pussy ate.
Grow up.
You don't deserve your
Yes.
pussy ate.
Wow.
If you can't suck a
That
good dick.
offended Venom. That offended Venom a little bit. She didn't like. She was like, "Wait a minute now." No, you're
I
right.
don't
You're
care.
right. And
Yeah,
you
I don't
and
care.
he's at like 110%. You could tell
Mhm.
when someone is doing it just because they feel like, well, this is just something I have to do, versus when someone enjoys it.
Yeah.
You could absolutely tell, and I'm sure for a woman
Yeah.
they could tell when a man is just fidgeting around down there and ain't really like.
What are you
Yeah.
doing? Your tongue is it's not doing anything. You don't get.
Right.
What was
you
that
don't deserve
movie?
to get your dick sucked.
Yeah, what was
How
that
about
movie? The girl
Yeah.
was like, "It's not bubble gum."
I don't know, but I got to find out. I'll watch that movie. Sounds interesting. Sounds like a plot line I would enjoy. No, but you're right, Julio. You're absolutely right. And
Yeah.
that I think could be for anything in intimacy.
Mhm.
Is like show you're into it. Get to a place where
Yeah.
you could be into it. And
Yeah.
again, we could go off topic and talk about like people get in their heads for all the right reasons. I get it because you're
Yeah.
very vulnerable in that moment.
Mhm.
But if you're with your person, just let it all loose and just fuck it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like enjoy
Mhm.
it. Like you should. I get turned. I mean, I know we're talking about turnoffs. I get turned on seeing and hearing and knowing and feeling my person is turned on by what I'm
Yes.
doing.
Yes.
So the more that I see that, the more it like
Mm.
like when jockeys whip the horse with the thing in the ass. Like
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
that does to me. It makes me want to keep going. It makes me want to be like, yo, I'm a thoroughbred. So
Who else?
absolutely agree with that. What's some other things that are turnoffs in the bedroom? Anyone got something?
I got one. I think kissing sets the tone when it comes to intimacy. So if somebody's a bad kisser or an
Yes.
too aggressive with kissing, like tongue everywhere, like it's supposed to be
Saliva
synchronized.
everywhere.
Yeah, it's
Ah,
supposed
the
to be
saliva, yeah.
synchronized. You get me?
Yes.
Everything's supposed to be synchronized.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
bad kissing, I swear that would be number one for me. I would shut
Yeah.
shit down immediately. I'd rather take a fart after Taco Bell in the face than a bad kiss. There's
It's
levels
true.
to it.
No, it's true because I was with somebody who I felt like just used too much tongue and there was too much like spit involved and it would gross me out and I wouldn't want to like continue the kissing. And you're right. I think kissing is like a really good starting point.
That's how it
It's like
sets the
it's
tone.
warming up the car. If you kiss her right, like
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, everything else like just starts flowing at least for her. So very good point, Fresh. I'm gonna say something. I don't know if it's like a generalized turnoff, but if you're a woman and you don't know how to ride, don't get
Yeah.
on top of that horse.
Yes.
There are some women that
Yes.
don't understand the concept of riding.
Mhm.
They
Talk your shit, bro.
one, you got to have a firm bed.
Mhm.
If you don't have a firm bed and there's too much give in the bed, you're just bouncing with the mattress. There's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
actual penetration going on. Or
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah,
one of
'cause we're
those girls
bouncing
that
too. We're like,
grinds,
seriously?
right. If you don't know how to ride, don't
Mhm.
get on the ride. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to know how to ride, just watch a movie that we cannot say the full name of because they will pull our content. Just watch a movie and learn from them. Now, granted, giant pause, maybe not all men are suited to be ridden because you could hurt somebody if you come up too high and you come down and it's bad. But try to learn some techniques because to me, if a girl gets on top and she can't ride, I'm flipping you. I'm rolling with you. I'm just
Yeah.
flipping you over, and I'm just gonna
Uh-huh.
take it somewhere else. So
Yeah.
for me, I'm gonna
Save a
say,
horse, ride a cowboy.
Yep.
Yeehaw.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Julio Venom. What's another turn off for y'all in the bedroom?
I got one. When they keep their clothes on. I mean, I know this still goes back to the whole thing, but some of them will be like, okay, keep the lights on, but I'm going to keep the shirt on. No. I want to see all of it. I want to see your titties
Yes.
bouncing. I want to see your nipples rock hard. I want to see your asshole winking
Yes.
back at me.
Yes.
You know? Like listen.
I want to feel.
Yeah.
Look at her snapping. I want to feel. No, because he has a good point.
Yeah.
There's nothing like skin to skin contact. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And
Yeah.
when you're kissing with a shorty and you feel her breast pressed up against your chest and you just
Yes.
feel that skin to skin, it's
Mhm.
amazing. I don't want to
is.
feel 100% cotton that was made in a sweatshop somewhere in China.
Yeah.
Like that's not going to do it for me. So
Yeah.
continue, Julio. Sorry, that's a
Yeah.
very good
No,
point. That's
you're
a very
good.
good point.
Yeah, like you're saying, dude. I don't want to rub my chest against freaking a Nike shirt. I want to feel the warmth of your skin. I want to feel you.
Yes.
You know, like everywhere I
Yes.
rub, I just want to feel your skin, your warmth, and your thickness. Because again, y'all know, like I love the thick girls. So yeah, like I
Yes.
want to feel all that, and I want to see all that. Men are visual. Like women understand that and remember that. Men are visual. Y'all very mental, and men, we have to do better at mentally stimulating our women.
Yes.
Men are very visual. So give us something to see. Send your man a titty pic. Watch how
Yes.
high he gets.
On Teta Tuesday.
Yeah,
On
that's
Teta
on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Men are visual.
Yeah.
Venom, for the opposite side of the spectrum, for the female listeners, what's another turn off for you in the bedroom?
When guys don't listen, we're not
Oh.
just gonna come just because you want to. There's no pounding straight for 10 minutes. Like, listen to her body.
What
listen
about
to what she's
13
telling
minutes?
you.
That
12,
13,
12.
No, because that seems
Girl,
to
you
be
gotta
the
put a
sweet
movie on.
spot.
You gotta put a movie on, you'll get 13.
Expectations out here, Woo. No false expectations.
Yeah.
12.
No.
If they
You put a
lucky,
movie
they
on,
might
you'll
get a
last 13. Yeah. But if I remember this right, but he won't be as organized, so you might not get there, women.
Yes.
Yes.
No, but go ahead, babe. You're making a fair point. Do you
Yeah,
think?
they don't-
Okay, so
guys
let me
don't listen.
ask you this then. Do you without getting into too much detail, because I'll shut the whole podcast down right now. Do you think that is that a thing? Like, do men just start jackhammering away because they think maybe that's what they've seen in movies and that's what's going to get the woman
I think that's what it is. They've grown up on watching that, and it's
Yes.
just it doesn't work, fellas. It doesn't work. Females can't just come off of penetration. It's just not a thing. They need physical stimulation, like all the things, leading up to it. We can't just be pounding for straight 12 minutes.
Yeah.
13 minutes, sorry. 13.
I've
It's just
always
not.
said
if
that.
there's a movie on and you're lucky.
13 if there's
Yeah.
distractions. There's
Distractions. Listen, fellas,
You
I've
need
always
to
said a
listen
woman
to
is.
her. Listen to her body. Listen
Yeah.
to what she's telling you.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot that goes into it,
Do you
I've always said
find
that a
as
woman's body's like a car in the winter up north. You can't just get in the car and start driving. You got to warm up the car.
Right.
You got to clean the windshield,
Yes.
right? Clean the snow off the windshield, the back window, off your mirrors. That's the whole
Yes.
taking your time
You
with her.
gotta
Yo,
take your
kiss her
time.
here, touch her there, do all the
Yes.
things that she likes. Yo, get her fucking waterfalls before you start.
Yes.
Let her finish first, fellas.
Absolutely.
Let her finish
Ladies
first.
always
You better
first.
finish in 12
Ladies,
minutes.
Yeah, fellas.
Better finish in 12 minutes.
No, but
No,
fellas, listen,
well, that I'm
go down, fellas, go down.
Yes. I'm glad that you mentioned that, Venom, because I think that's a lot of men only give a shit about getting theirs.
Yes.
And the
you guys are going to
reality
get
is,
it off regardless.
right,
Regardless,
we're going to
yeah.
get it. So
Mhm.
it's in your best interest to try and help her get hers. So that way, if you go 11 minutes instead of 12, she can't be
Mhm.
upset because she's already gotten hers. So that's a very good point.
Yeah.
We don't have too much time left, so I'm gonna do one more go around on turnoffs, and then we can wrap it up. And I have so much that come to mind, but I'm gonna go with this one. Ladies, when you're going down on your man, if you're a spitter, that's fine, but do not stop until every last drop, pause of his seed is been expelled. Hold it in your mouth. Do whatever you got to do. Learn a technique to let it dribble back out while you're still. A lot of girls, the minute that's going down, they freak out and they stop mid-orgasm, and that's liable to get you punched in the face. That's liable to cause a violent reaction.
Pause.
Pause.
Okay, hold on a second. Because if then that's the case, let's drink some pineapple juice. Let's eat some fruits, not just Pepsi and fucking
No beef
Chinese
burritos
food.
for the guys either. No beef
Yeah.
burritos for the guys either.
No,
So I guess-
Yes.
Listen, Taco Bell's losing some stock tonight with us.
Yeah. No,
I know somebody who's not
listen.
going to sponsor this podcast.
Right.
No, you know what? And I've heard a lot of women express that.
It shouldn't be
fellas,
all chunky and
yeah.
smelly.
Drink your pineapple juice.
Pineapple
drink
juice,
a lot
fellas.
of water.
Pineapple juice.
Eat a lot of fruit.
Yeah.
Kiwis, bananas,
Mhm.
citrus fruits. Natural sugars. If your diet consists of nothing but steak and potatoes, that's not going to be good.
Chinese and Pepsi.
Chino
God.
gonna like that, man.
I feel bad for y'all that are dealing with a dude who's eating nothing but chicken and broccoli. But yeah, okay. So fair point, right?
Yeah.
Fellas, take care of your fucking your bodily fluids.
Yeah.
But women, like, don't stop when he says he's gonna come. Like, keep going until he's done. He'll let you know, because usually the tip gets too sensitive, and we're like, all right, don't touch us. I don't want to be touched right now. Just give me a little moment. You know what I'm saying? Some girls will literally be like, this is gross. I want to spit this out, and they stop, and your nut gets cut in half, and that's no good. So I'm gonna say that it's not over until it's over. You know what I'm saying? It's not over till it's over. So, Fresh, what's the last thing you got as a turn off in the bedroom?
When somebody's doing too much, and what I mean by doing too much, like, yeah, I like to hear like sexy moans and stuff, but if it sounds like an exorcism's going on and you're doing all that, like, I understand, it's okay, get it. But some people, like, you don't gotta fake it with me. Be genuine. You don't gotta scream louder. You don't gotta, you get me? Just let the natural sounds come out.
Have you ever had a woman that, I'm sorry, not to cut you off, but have you ever had a woman that's just doing the most, like, moaning, and you're just like, I ain't even dicking you down like that. Like, you being too dramatic. Because I've had that.
But
I don't like that shit.
I just throat chop them. In the middle of a stroke, I'll throat chop them. You know, I got to regulate. You got to regulate. I like to take control sometimes. So I'll just
feels like, what have we become on this podcast? We're just beating people up.
No.
He's
like,
like,
I think this is the most violent podcast we've had so far.
That's okay.
We talk about turnoffs. We talking about turnoffs. That's not a happy place for us.
Yeah, but
but that's a good point,
Fresh
Fresh.
off, he punches you in the eye.
Right. Don't turn Fresh over. You might get physically harmed. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
All right. That's a good one. And then get
Mm-hmm.
reported, and he'll sue you because he's got lawyers on deck. You know what I'm saying? So that's light work. Julio, what's your last one? Turn off in the bedroom.
My last one's gonna be closed-mindedness. Not willing to try new things, not willing to, and fellas, this was for you too. When you're not wanting to use a toy on your girl, like, you know, like you're intimidated by the toy. Yeah, closed-mindedness. Like, for me, it's like I want her to be open to trying different things, because you know, it spices up the bedroom, right? Like, let's say like role play and foreplay, stuff like that. It's only gonna spice it up. Like, obviously, you know, everybody has their limits and boundaries, and that's great. So you have your boundary, but don't set it at vanilla. Okay, if you set that shit at vanilla, okay.
Well, and let's be honest, not to make it about something else, but there has to be boundaries. And when a woman says no, it's no. But when you, like you said, when you're too vanilla, your man's gonna start looking elsewhere, because what you're not willing to do, someone else is willing to do. And if it's something you're not comfortable with, have a conversation about it. See if you can get comfortable with it, you know? So I agree with that, Julio.
From a famous philosopher, I think this philosopher's name was Redman in the movie. Redman. In the bedroom, we don't want to hear a lot of stop, no's, and don'ts. And if those three words, if you do want to say those three words, stop, no, and don'ts, just switch it up. No, don't stop. That's it. That's all we want to hear. That's all we want to hear. If you're going to say stop, no, and don't, switch it up. No, don't stop.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. All right. Well, Venom, for your final one, what's a turn off in the bedroom?
Oh, my God. Now the pressure is on.
It is. It is on. I know, obviously, I don't do anything that causes that, so it's maybe hard for you to reference stuff. But what's something that you would say that just, you know, gives you the ick, or you're just like, you know, just kind of kills it for you?
I think when those kind of movies are like their main focus, you know what I mean? When they just want their sex life to just be like a movie. That's just not reality. I think guys focus too much on that. Like, let's just keep it real, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not going to ride like the movie. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I'm good at what I do.
Hey, fellas,
No,
stop
But
but
watching
it's
they
porn.
not
but
movie
Stop it.
status.
they're also getting paid a lot of money,
Yeah.
and a lot of them are usually on some substance of some sort. So yeah,
Guys
they're gonna
lose
make
sight
it.
of that.
Yes, I think guys don't realize that that's a glorified act.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's a business. It's meant to make money, and it's
Mhm.
glorified. So,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Okay, so you're saying a turn off for you is when men confuse reality with what they see in movies and thinking that
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
going to be
And
a
it goes back a
regular
little
thing.
bit to, I guess, my first point. Like, you can't just pound for, 25 minutes, ladies and
12.
gentlemen. It's just not going to
12.
work. 12.
I love that 12 minutes is what we've settled on as a very
I
good
know.
time. It's
But a fresh will
beautiful. It's
always revert
beautiful.
back to 12.
Listen. This is a very subjective topic. We could talk about it for hours. But unfortunately, we have run out of time. So, as per usual, before we wrap it up, I got to give the little speech. Number one, the first thing we talked about was dating apps, blessing or a curse. And like we said, I think there's a little bit of both. You know, proceed with caution, but also, lean into the ability to have conversations that could be really healthy. It could really set a good foundation for your relationship long term. And as far as turnoffs in the bedroom, I mean, we covered a bunch of different things. I think at the end of the day, again, conversation, right? Fresh, you've said it before. So much starts with that. Let your person know what you don't like. Let them know what you do like. And
Yeah.
even if it's something you don't like, maybe you and your person have the type of dynamic where you learn to like something because they make you feel safe or they make you feel
Yeah.
comfortable and sexy in that moment, whatever the case may be. But you should
Right.
talk about it. Don't just assume every girl gets off the same way because what might have worked with your last person isn't going to always work with this person. So, conversation, I think, is important. And with that said, please follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, YouTube, X. Still haven't done the Facebook page, but it's coming. And
Well,
TikTok.
I
You
created the
can
page, but me and you haven't had that conversation and built it yet.
Oh, okay. Boom. So there we go. So it's there, but we don't have the
Just
info
search
yet,
for
but
it,
we
people.
will.
Search for it.
Yeah.
But we're at the handle is at Pull Out and Talk on all social media platforms. We're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Please download, listen, comment, engage with our content. It's incredibly helpful. And it's been really cool having Pretty Venom on. As always, you're stunning and you're beautiful. We plan to have you
Hey,
come
man,
on plenty
love
of
you.
times.
Love
While
you.
we do have you here, what is your handle on TikTok? Because I know that you sell a lot of products on there, and we'd like to help you out if we can get some extra people. You look, everyone, you even got a little shimmy out of that. What's your at on TikTok?
It should be Pretty Venom. Yes, Pretty Venom X3, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so check her out on TikTok
yeah.
at Pretty Venom X3. For your boy Woo, for my brother
Hold on,
Fresh,
real quick,
my
real
brother
quick.
Julio, and my beautiful wife. Oh, go ahead. You got
real
something?
quick. For the people listening, if you want to hear something, if you have a topic that you'd like for us to discuss,
Yes, the email.
if you'd like to
yes.
be a guest, and reach out to us. Like, we want
Yes.
to know what y'all are thinking, what y'all want to hear. So
An
definitely
issue
reach out
that you
to
guys
us.
are having.
Yes.
And you guys, if you guys
Yeah.
want the
Advice.
gentleman's,
You
the
want
guy's
advice.
perspective.
Yes.
Yes. And yours as well.
Yeah, ladies,
and yours
ladies,
as
if
well,
you want
Venom.
a guy's perspective to see if maybe, the way you're feeling about what your man's doing or something, we don't want to cause no issues, but we're just going to give our honest opinions. But, and
Listen,
man, if you guys are
after
having
this
issues with your
podcast, I'm
shorty,
feeling violent. We'll cause issues. I'm
Yeah,
feeling
for
violent
real. We're
after
feeling
this
violent
episode.
right now,
I'm not.
so-
Are we fighting back?
Yeah.
No,
Throwing
that's
all the shots. Pew,
that's
pew.
a pew pew. That's a very good point. You could email us. It's pull out and talk podcast at gmail.com, or just DM us on all of our social media. Hit us up. Let us know what you want to hear. If you got problems, confessions, anything, you will be seeing Pretty Venom on here again. So with that being said, we're going to sign off. Till next time, we'll catch you on the next episode. And don't forget, we're the Pull Out and Talk podcast. We raw dog conversations, so you don't have
You don't have to.
Peace in the crease, everybody.